Hi, I'm Larry Richardson, your step-by-step chef, and we're continuing on with cooking and camping with the step-by-step chef. In this episode, we are going to make banana pancakes with walnut syrup. The cool thing about being able to cook for yourself is when you have a hankering for banana pancakes and you're in one of the most remote places in the lower 48, you can have your banana pancakes and eat them too. That is why I continue on with cooking and camping with the Step-by-Step Chef to show you how to make delicious meals on the road, at campsites, or when you're at home. You'll enjoy them there too. So come on, let's cook. Okay, so here are the ingredients for our banana pancakes with walnut syrup. Yum! What we have is a commercial mix that requires 1 egg, 3/4 of a cup of milk, and just a splash of vegetable oil. Now, if you don't want to use one of these mixes because, let's say, it's too complicated, they have complete mixes that you just add water to. At the other end, you can make your pancakes from scratch, and I do have a recipe on StepByStepChef.com that will show you how to do that. I'm on the road, so I'm not bringing everything I need with me to make pancakes from scratch. And also, when you're working at altitude, the batter can behave differently. So just keep that in mind. But it's totally up to you, and I'm totally comfortable with this mix. The other thing is, I have my banana, and I have a bag of chopped walnuts. Now, you can buy them unchopped and chop them yourself if you want. I'm going to use about 1/4 cup of this. This is a 1/2 cup of chopped walnuts. And then I'll use 3 tablespoons of butter. Some of that is going into the syrup, and some of that is just to make the pancakes so they don't stick to the pan. Let me show you how to put all this together. And the first thing I want to do, of course, is fire up the old stove. As I keep telling you, read the instructions on how to operate your stove safely. Just use the fire starter and it's lit. You can hear that it's lit and you can feel some of the heat. Try to fight the urge to put your hand right over that to check it, because you might end up with a grilled hand. I'm turning the heat way down, just short of where it turns itself off, because what I want to do is warm up the syrup ahead of time. So here's our syrup. I'm going to take about 1 cup of syrup. And this pan's kind of broad. If you have a little saucepan, use that. Add our 1/4 cup of chopped walnuts. You can also use pecans and almonds or some of your other faves in this. Doesn't that already look tasty? And then we're adding our butter. This gives it a nice, rich creaminess. So here comes the butter. Again, that's a tablespoon of butter. And then we're just going to put it over this heat and let it just warm up slowly and get the walnut flavor and the butter flavor to all meld together. Now, I'm out in the desert right now. I probably don't need the heater element at all, but I'm going to show you how to make it in case you're on the road somewhere else or you're at home. So we're going to leave that to just kind of warm itself up. If it gets to sizzling or boiling, turn it down. You know, just turn it down a little. And we're going to leave that, and I'm going to make the pancake mix next. So here is our pancake mix. That's our cup of mix already in our mixing pan. Here's the 1 egg, our 3/4 cup of milk. Now, one of the tricks with these mixes is, if you like your pancakes thin, light and thin, add a little extra water. And if you like them thick, leave a little bit of the water out of it. You can really, meet your own preferences doing that. Meet your own tastes. And then I'm just adding the little splash of oil that the directions called for. There we go. Now we just mix it up according to the instructions. And they always say mix it up, but not super smooth. There should be a little bit of lumpiness to it. Not too much, because you don't want flour balls in your pancakes. Yeah, no one likes that, biting and have a dry piece of flour in their mouth. But just give it a good mixing. It only takes a minute. If you have a whisk, it's even faster. But that's too fancy for me on the road. Okay, there we go. And then all we do is take our banana and chop it thin. See how easy this is? And it's so delicious. And it's so much fun to make yourself when you're out on the road. So just about, 1/8 to a quarter thick pieces of banana. You don't want it to emerge. You don't want it to emerge out of the pancake as a standalone. You really want it mixed into the pancakes. Okay, now we'll go over to the stove and start warming up the pan for the pancakes. Okay, so I just started up the second burner, and you're going to want to put this on medium-low heat. It's a little bit of a challenge to calibrate these propane stoves, so you have to do a little adjusting here and there. When things are cooking too fast, you slow it down. When it's cooking too slow, you turn it up a little bit. So we're just going to preheat that pan for about a minute, and then we'll be ready to start the pancakes. Okay, so I coated the bottom of the pan with some butter. Just get it nice and even. You don't want the pancakes sticking to the pan. And then just spoon some of your mix into it. And I did turn the syrup off, actually. It was really rolling. So I just turned it off. It'll sit like that, and the butter and walnut taste will get integrated into the syrup. It'll be quite delicious. And now we just drop our bananas in, as many slices as you want, where you want them. And I think that's enough. Now what we're going to do is wait a few minutes, and when bubbles appear on the top, we'll test out the pancake with our spatula and then decide if it's ready to flip. So I'll be back in about 2 minutes. And 2 minutes later, we're seeing the bubbles, but I can tell that, yeah, it's too wet. So you just kind of test the side a little bit, the side of the pan. But I see the bubbles, which tells me that it is cooking, that the bottom is browning. So it's probably going to take about another minute to 2 before we can flip it. Because when I flip it, I don't want all the batter to fly all over the place. I want a nice, clean flip with the pancake. So I'll be right back. Okay, so this is more of what we want to see. We have the bubbles on top of the pancake, and the edges are looking dry. That means we're ready to flip. Tells me that the bottom is cooked. There we go. Cooked to perfection. I love it, that nice golden brown. So we'll cook this for another 2 to 3 minutes. Just check it at the 2-minute mark and see if the bottom's cooked right. Otherwise, we're in business. Oh man, am I looking forward to this. This is going to fuel me through a hike. So congratulations, look at what you just made. You just made this delicious banana pancake with walnut syrup. Oh, is it delicious and buttery to perfection. Now, if you like this recipe, please go to my website, StepByStepChef.com. There you will find a free printable version of this recipe and over 175 other breakfasts, lunches, and dinners. You will also find there videos for each and every one of them. If that's not enough, you're also going to find bonus videos, since we're doing cooking and camping with the Step-by-Step Chef, bonus videos that will show you how to camp the easy step-by-step way, which will make your trip more enjoyable. So I'm Larry Richardson. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. I'll see you there.